I wish so desperately I just would have been on the internet more. This is such an exciting time in queer music, but in music in general. Like, I think people are just getting a little bit more risky with pop, and that's always when great music is born. No fear of looking raunchy or looking like you're gonna make people upset. I don't think the queer community has really ever been worried about what the straight community thinks about them. I feel like we're just making music like unabashedly gay. I love Troy's album so much. And Renee Rapp is so sweet to me. I saw her at a Grammy party and no one has ever squeezed my hand that tight when they met me. But I was just like, oh my God, thank you for lifting me up. Of course, I mean, Kim Petras just came out with Slut Pop Miami. That's the horniest music I've ever heard. I love it. Slut Pop, all 5 of my top songs on Spotify were all Slut Pop.
What was your number 1?
XXX. Immediately after, I had to get all that energy out of my head and just shave my eyebrows off. I was just like, something drastic needs to happen right now. I just talked to Elton John. I was just like, He has paved such a way for every queer person in art, and he has like sacrificed a lot for us. He said something really sweet that was like, LA Times says you are one of the most exciting up and coming queer artists, and that's what they said about me, and we have that in common. Whenever I was 15, 16, it was the perfect time to be a teenager on YouTube because everything was happening. Harlem Shake, High School Lip Dubs, What Does the Fox Say? Massive for 3 hours. And then like the beauty community was the biggest thing on the internet. And then whenever like the empire started to crumble, it was just like the best thing to wake up to. Like it was an apology video every 26 hours, I feel like. My mom wouldn't let me get on Club Penguin because you could chat. But I was on Webkins chatting. Motion Monsters, don't know anyone else who was on that. Barbie.com. WeWorld, we got bullied. Got called a lesbian. They weren't wrong, but I wasn't ready to hear that. I have 2 regrets. 1, not taking my full ride scholarship to an arts high school. Instead, I decided to stay at a hick-ass school. 2, not pushing myself to use Tumblr. How devastating! I had no idea who Sky Ferrara was until I was 19. I didn't have an Urban Outfitters where I lived. What the f was American Apparel? Couldn't tell you. Even like Rookie Mag, like I wish so desperately I just would have been on the internet more. Here's the thing, I ended up smoking cigarettes and listening to Lana Del Rey on my porch anyway, so like it would have happened regardless, but like I just found out in such a lame way. There's a lot of value in the culture and fashion and music that maybe a lot of like the fashion world would not deem as valuable. I really love the Midwest and the fashion of gas stations, and I was born in a trailer park, and I think like that whole aesthetic, you can't really get it if you're not from there.
H O T.
Even in the teeny tiny towns, like there are gay people everywhere. I think that's what I realized doing small B-market towns. Like there are queens in every town. Those girls feel the same type of passion for like queerness drag as like Chicago, you know, like New York. Yeah, I think people just think everyone in the Midwest agrees with like a far-right viewpoint, and it's just not true. I go to her for things like, how are you handling all the pressure, people online? Because she has it like way crazier than I do. She just handles her career with grace, even though her career doesn't always handle her with grace. She gives me really great advice about how no one has it figured out. Every single person figures this out in their own way.